Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 53 of Your Take, My Take by John and Jacob. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
And today we wanted to update you on the NCAA tournament and also give you our Final Four projections and see who advances to the championship game and also might win it all. And so, like we always do, we're going to start with a coin flip. Jacob, call it in there.
Tails.
Oh, heads. All right, I'm going to let you pick the first picks of the Final Four and tell us what bracket everyone's in or what region everyone's in.
So I'll do the South versus East game. That's San Diego State versus FAU. I like the story of FAU. This is the farthest they've ever been. They're a very good team, and they've been playing very well. I just think that San Diego State is the second hottest team in the tournament. They've been playing lights out defense, and if they hit their threes, they're probably the best team in the whole tournament. So you can't right past them. For those reasons, I'm probably going to go with San Diego State.
All right, so the 5 seed San Diego State versus the 9 seed FAU. Yep. Man, this is a tough one. Both teams are kind of similar. The edge is I think FAU has a more dominant big man. And I like the FAU story better than San Diego State. San Diego State is a boring team to watch. They kind of grind out victories. They play really good defense. And I don't think they're the second hottest team. I think their defense is playing well. But I'm going to go for the underdog in this. I would love to see FAU, and I'm going to have FAU win out of that side. They're out of the East. They're going to come out, and they're going to go in the championship game. And so I have FAU beating San Diego State. I had San Diego State losing the first round, actually, so I'm completely wrong. So, again, this has been a crazy tournament. I said that in my last video that I thought this tournament was wide open. As you can clearly see, there's no number 1 seeds. And there's a 9 seed, a 5 seed, a 4 seed, and who's the last one? Who's the other
5,
one?
9, 4,
and
5.
Yeah, so you can see there isn't very high. This is the most open I've ever seen it. So it's interesting to see that. So again, I have FAU beating San Diego State in that side. And so the other side is now we're looking at, this is an interesting bracket out of the Midwest. We have Miami, who I think is the second hottest team. And then in the West, we have UConn, who I think is the hottest team and probably the best team. And it's unfortunate because I think those two teams are probably the best 2 teams left, but they're playing each other in the Final Four and not in the championship game. I think it's going to be a great game. I think UConn has the edge interior. I think they're just a much more balanced team. So I think UConn's going to win it. I think UConn will go to the championship game against FAU. Again, I think UConn's the most balanced team, and they're probably the best team right now. As you saw, they actually destroyed Gonzaga in that game. It wasn't even close, and I think it's just going to continue. They're long, they're athletic, and they have dominant big men, and so I think they're going to go on to the championship game. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm also going to go with UConn. If you watch the video, I actually have UConn in the finals.
He does.
So I actually really need UConn to win this game, and that'd be very, very helpful for me. I just like UConn's team. They have very good big men, and then they have Jordan Hawkins, who's been playing really well. He's a really good shooter. And I just think that their team is just – I think that they have more players, and they're playing so well right now that they will beat Miami, who is playing really well. They just rallied back today to beat Texas, who was a really good team. But I think that UConn will win, and I really hope they win.
All right, who do you think is going to win the championship game?
UConn.
All right, you have UConn picked. And we'll probably give another video once we know the finals. But off of the Final Four teams, I think UConn's the best. And so I'm going to have UConn winning that game too. Like I said, UConn and the Big East kind of have represented themselves well. The one team that didn't represent them well was Marquette, who was seeded number 2, I think the highest in there. And obviously they ran into a very good Spartan team. And so the Spartans beat them. But Creighton and UConn have represented themselves very well. I thought Creighton should have beat San Diego State. No one likes watching the 57-56 type game, but in the end, San Diego State did enough to win that. But I just don't think they have enough I think FAU is playing inspired ball. They play well together, and I think they do have a 7-footer that is controlling the paint and has done a good job. And I think San Diego State is a little bit more vulnerable to the offensive rebound. So let's just see what happens in that. But like I said, Jacob had UConn going in the finals in the original picks. I had UConn going in the Final Four in the original picks. But now I think UConn, out of all the teams left, is the best team. But it's been a crazy tournament. What's been your favorite game so far?
I've just been loving UConn winning all these games. Yeah, they're the team I picked. So,
What's the most exciting game so far?
What was it?
It was UCLA against Gonzaga.
Oh yes, that was a crazy game.
Yeah.
Especially with the people I was watching it with, we were going crazy.
Yeah.
That was a crazy game though.
I think that night was crazy because Michigan State and Kansas State going to the finals was a great game. And I also thought that UCLA Gonzaga, every time those two teams play, they match up well together. And you see the Gonzaga seems to always pull it off in the end. But that was a great game. But I'm expecting a very good game. At least, actually, both sides. I'm expecting a very good game. I just think UConn looks the best right now. So let us know what you think. I hope you enjoy the video. Again, this is episode 53 of Your Take, My Take by John and Jacob. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you later.